Let me tell you something. Motivation is a myth. I used to believe in it like most people do. I thought if I just waited long enough, inspiration would strike like lightning and I'd be propelled into action. But here's the truth. That moment rarely comes. What does come? Discipline. Showing up when you don't feel like it. Doing the work even when your heart isn't in it. That's what builds a life worth living. I remember a time when I didn't know how to show up for myself. I was stuck in this cycle of waiting for the perfect conditions, the perfect mood, the perfect day. I told myself I needed more energy, better circumstances, fewer distractions. And so I waited. And waited. While everyone else moved forward, I stayed still, convincing myself that one day, everything would align and I'd finally start. But days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and I was still right where I started. Tired, frustrated, and feeling like I was falling behind. It wasn't until I broke down completely that I realized something had to change. I was sitting on my bedroom floor one night, surrounded by half-finished projects and empty coffee cups. Staring at a wall I felt like I could never climb over. I didn't have motivation. I didn't have inspiration. All I had was exhaustion and a deep, gnawing sense that I was wasting my life. And then it hit me. Maybe showing up wasn't about feeling ready. Maybe it was just about showing up. So the next morning I got out of bed before I felt like it. I didn't wait for some magical surge of energy or clarity. I just did it. I made the bed. I brewed coffee. I opened my laptop and stared at a blank page. My hands were shaking with uncertainty, but I typed anyway. Not because I felt inspired, but because I was tired of waiting for inspiration to rescue me. And you know what happened? Nothing dramatic. No fireworks. No sudden rush of genius. Just a sentence. Then another. Then a paragraph. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't even good. But it was mine. And it was a start. That's the thing about showing up. It doesn't always lead to instant results. Sometimes it feels like nothing's happening. Like you're spinning your wheels and getting nowhere. But every rep, every word, every small step adds up. You don't see it at first, but slowly, almost imperceptibly, things begin to shift. Kept showing up. Some days were harder than others. There were mornings when I wanted to pull the covers over my head and forget the world existed. Days when I questioned everything I was doing and whether it mattered at all. But I kept going. I showed up for myself even when I didn't want to. I honored the commitments I made to myself not because I felt like it but because I knew I had to. And over time something changed. Not overnight, not dramatically, but undeniably. The pages stacked up. The workouts added up. The habits formed. The confidence grew. I stopped waiting for permission from my emotions and started giving myself the push I needed. There were still moments of doubt. Still days when I felt like quitting. But now I had momentum. I had proof that I could keep going even when I didn't feel like it. And that proof became my fuel. I started to understand that discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom. It's the ability to choose who you want to become, regardless of how you feel in the moment. Because feelings are fleeting. They come and go like the wind. But choices shape your life. Showing up for yourself is an act of love. It's saying, I matter. It's choosing to invest in your future self, even when the present version of you is struggling. It's honoring your dreams, not with grand gestures, but with quiet consistency. You don't need motivation to build a great life. You need discipline. You need the willingness to do the work, even when it feels hard. Even when it feels pointless. Especially when it feels pointless. Because every time you show up, you're building the person you're meant to become. Every workout, every page, every conversation, every difficult choice. They're not just tasks. They're transformations. They're the foundation of the life you want to live. And here's the beautiful part: the more you show up, the easier it gets. Not because the work becomes effortless, but because your strength grows. Your resilience deepens. You begin to trust yourself. You realize that you can do hard things, that you've done them before, and that you'll do them again. So if you're reading this and you're tired, get it. If you're feeling stuck and unsure of what to do next, I've been there. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to start, don't. Start now. Not when you feel like it. Not when you're fully prepared. Start now, imperfectly, and let the process teach you what you need to learn. Because showing up isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about refusing to give up on yourself, even when the road is long and the path is unclear. It's about trusting that every small step counts, that every effort matters. You are capable of more than you think. You are stronger than you believe. And you don't need motivation to begin, you just need to show up. So take the first step. Then take another. Keep going. Even when it hurts. Even when it's boring. Even when no one is watching. Show up for you. Because the life you dream of isn't waiting for you to feel ready. It's waiting for you to begin.